Hey everyone, it's Tuesday, 1 p.m. here, and Hurricane Sandy is slowly passing through Pennsylvania state and all that. And for me over here in Canada, we only had the wind and the rain that happened last night. That was basically it. So the hurricane system that went through is passing through Canada. It's passing by us already, so we're just going to be getting a couple of rain shower here and there within the next couple of days. But that's basically it. But the hurricane threat from Sandy is over, so that's good news for us. But everybody else in the eastern part of the states are waking up with floods and destruction to their property and around the city in New York and New Jersey, and also in Virginia. They're dealing with snow and all that. So for them, it's not over yet. But hopefully, everyone is safe and and everyone is okay with their families too. Um, So yeah, right now I have CNN on TV, so I'm gonna show you guys what's going on.
Half an hour somewhere around 2 to 3 feet deep. By midnight, it was starting to pour into our trailers. So we went up to where we have a recreation center that's 2 floors up, and we were all trying to get some sleep or anything, but nothing's happening. We couldn't sleep. We were all just too nervous. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, the Moonachie police came and pulled us out with a roll-off container.
Suzanne, many of the people coming here with just the clothes on their back, some of them don't even have shoes or socks. Some were able to grab a very small bag, sometimes a diaper bag. There are a lot of children here. There are a lot of elderly. We spoke to one relative searching for his loved ones, very concerned about a pregnant cousin who was due today. She left her home for fear of flooding and went over to Moonachie, unfortunately. So there are EMS standing by here. They have supplies, water, dry clothes, and they're trying to relocate those people either to family or to shelters to keep them overnight. Many of them lost their cars. They have no way to get around. So the people here are really struggling, for the most part, staying calm, Suzanne.
Maggie, that must be very upsetting to imagine that your home is underwater and you have no idea where people are, where folks are. Has anybody from that shelter actually been tempted to go back into the neighborhood, talk about taking a group and trying to find their homes and their loved ones?
Absolutely, Suzanne. That's what officials here are very concerned about. They are anxious to get them out to those shelters. They do not want anyone going back in. They've been telling them all day that they're probably not going to be able to return for at least 5 days. They not only are concerned about the flooding, clearly, any down lines if the power goes back on, but also the structures, whether they're safe to go in, whether they're structurally sound to go in. So they are going to have that blocked off. We're going to try to go a little bit closer later to see what kind of damage is still there in terms of flooding, but they're very concerned about that. They're urging people, please stay out. But as you can imagine, this came unexpected. People lost a lot of things on the first floor of their home, at least. Cars floating around, people are on their jet ski, and this is the kind of vehicle, Suzanne, that's been coming in all day long, full of people, little children. Some of them have been open-air vehicles. Again, a coordinated effort by officials. They're using everything they can. Everyone has had great things to say about the response of the state in terms of getting the personnel here needed, but there's still much to be done. Again, they say they'll go until they can tonight, Suzanne.
And Maggie, I assume that it's a search and rescue, that they are looking for people who they believe are alive, who are in fairly decent shape at this point, the day after the storm. Is that right?
That's right, Suzanne. So far, no fatalities. Of course, they're going to, be keeping a close eye on that. Fingers crossed that remains the case. One good thing about this is that there was cell phone coverage. It was spotty. Even though the power out, some people were able to make calls on their cell phones. Those that came out were able to direct officials where the remaining relatives or friends and neighbors were. And we talked to one woman earlier today whose husband had 2 jet skis they had stored for the winter. He was out on them. That's how they got out. And he went around to houses, taking neighbors to dry land, and again, getting the word out where people were located. So in terms of that, a little bit of good luck on that front, Suzanne.
All right, Maggie, we appreciate your reporting. We're seeing pictures of pets as well, and assuming that they're allowing pets at those shelters, which makes a huge difference between some people who decide that they're going to stay in their homes and they're going to seek shelter. We've got some new pictures here, CNN video. This is out of Falls Church, Virginia, looking at the damage there. Trees down in that area, in the D.C. metro area, Falls Church. Big trees that have hit the homes in these residential areas. A lot of power that is still out, and it's going to be a long time before they're able to actually remove much of that debris. They've got workers who are out there. They've got people in the community as well. But still a very dangerous situation as they try to get a lot of these major trees and branches and get them off the homes. It's very much unclear whether or not these homes are going to be able to be salvaged depending on how much time they have. Certainly know that in previous storms and Hurricane Katrina, if the water stays there, or even if the water subsides and the homes remain as they are, mold will take over those homes and they will not be able to be salvaged. And so that's just one of the things they're working on, trying to get.
So yeah, so that's what's going on in the States. So I hope you guys are okay over there, and stay strong, all right?
What is happening